it should be like, what I think it should.
It's like leg yielding along the fence.
Okay.
Alright, but the angle is a little sharper. When you're going along the fence, you're like 30 to 45 degrees, and you're able to keep the rhythm, and the horse can even trot while leg yielding. Right? When you're doing this exercise, because you're asking for a steeper angle, they're not going to be able to go quite as fast, so you've got to be a little patient. Now, I think the easiest place to do this is probably standing in front of him, right? And then whichever part of the body is lagging, you're going to kind of have to reach around and get that part to catch up. Let me show you where your position should be. So, have all this rope. I'm going to take all this rope here. I'm going to throw all that rope out behind me. Right? Now, I always want the horse to be able to see me for the communication. If I'm standing right next to his head, and I'm doing stuff underneath his head or right by his shoulder, he can't really see very well. The further I'm away, the easier it is for him to see me. Alright? Well, this doesn't make sense. Obviously, I'm too far away, right? Now, I'm going to bring him all the way around and start again. So just watch out. Drop the rope here. So, as I bring him around here, I'm going to try to get him to move his haunches away from me. And I'm going to see if he can slowly start to slide sideways. Now, most horses won't go forward initially. And it's the same thing when you're on your back. If you're riding a horse and you put your leg on, most horses think that means go forward, right? But it can also mean go leg yield. It can also mean half pass. It can also mean shoulder in. Like your leg on shouldn't always mean go faster or go forward, depending on how you use your leg. And it's the same thing with this exercise. Depending on how I set this up, I don't want him to always think that when I put pressure back there with the stick, it means to go forward. So at the beginning here, he's going to think it means go forward, and I'm going to stop him. So he goes a little bit like that. He's trying to figure out a little bit of the riddle here. Right? Because he doesn't understand this yet. Not only does he not understand it, but adding a pull to the element is a little harder for horses, and sometimes make horses feel a little vulnerable. Alright, standing over top of the pole, because it takes away a little bit of their tendency to want to run away when they're in an emergency. Now, some horses will be able to do this faster than others. If you want to give them a little hint, alright, sometimes you want to give somebody a hint. Like, you know what the cube root of 1,000 is? You know what the square root of 10 is? You know what the square root of 100 is? You know what a square root is?
I don't know.
So if I multiply 10 times 10, what do I get?
100.
Okay, so what's the square root of 100? 10, alright? A cube root is if you multiply 10 times 10 times 10, alright? So 10 times 10 is? 10 times 100 is?
Every time you ask them.
1,000. So the cube root of 1,000 is 10, right? 10 times 10 times 10, right? So that I give you a hint, and then you have to figure it out, right? So if I want to give him a hint about how to figure out a problem, then I can break it down into more steps, right? So he wasn't getting right away stepping over that pole, so I brought him around, and I brought him forward over the pole to step over. So now, and then I give him a break, so he starts to think, oh, like maybe standing over top of the pole is the right thing to do. And then once he's halfway, it's going to be a little easier to slide off here. And he's even still here trying to walk a little forward, but I'm stopping him with the rope. There we go. So I gave him that little hint, right? It's the same thing. Have you ever taken him over a tarp? Okay, so if I were introducing a horse to water or a horse to tarp for the first time, if you've got a big tarp and you just try to get him to walk across it the first time and some horses have trouble with that, you can give him a little hint. You can make it a little easier by making the tarp. You can make it a little wider until eventually they have to kind of step on it a little bit, you know? Right? Let me give this a go. Bring them all the way back around. And why don't you start? Yeah, all the way, like you see where you are right there. He's going to go around you, bring him over the pole halfway through, and then we'll get him to go sideways over it. Yeah, and if you want to try from there, that's fine. Now, be careful because your cue to go sideways, what you did was exactly the same earlier as your cue to go out on a circle, right? So you've got to make sure that when you ask him to do two different things, you ask in two different ways. Good. Now go slow. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Back him up a little. Back him up. That's all right. No, I think you're on the right track. Just don't be in too much of a hurry here. We've got all the time in the world, or at least until dinner. Now, let me give you a little hint about backing a horse up. What you're doing is he's starting to go forward, and you're a little bit worried about backing him up. So let's say he ends up over here at an angle to me, right like that. And see how I'm not in front of him? I can still ask him to back up beside him. Right? I don't have to move my feet. He can be over there, and it doesn't matter. As long as I have this energy I'm sending down the road, over the skin, going towards his chest, right? He can still figure out the back up. Remember, so if your hands are halfway across the board, you back up. Right? Have a good time. Good. Now go slow here. Don't be in a hurry. Now you see how you leaned towards him when he backed up? He did the right thing. If you don't want to back him to back up, don't lean towards him. Instead, step away from him a little bit. Step backward. You step backward there. Now he'll come forward. If you lean forward, lean towards him, then he'll back up. Good for you. Now lean away from him and you draw him forward. You lean towards him and you push him backwards. Yeah, take it slow because he's trying really hard right now. Take it slow. Back him up a little. That's all right. Come around and start again. You're doing great. Nice, and you're rocking back and forth with him. I love it. Good. Yeah, you walked towards him and he backed up, right? He's doing the right thing. Now let me give you a little hint here with how you're using the stick. All right? Because you're using the stick the same way you're using when you want to shut off. You want to imagine here. First of all, you want to pick which part of the body you're going to move, right? Am I going to move the behind end or the front end? Right? Maybe eventually I want to move both at once, but for now kind of alternate. And then what you want to think is that you've got a little tornado, and it's starting here, and it's going from here. It starts towards either the shoulder, or from here where it starts towards the hind end. Okay? So let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to bring them up here. Now let's say I want the shoulder to go. I've got this Kind of fun, huh?
It is. You just see them thinking.
Oh yeah.
Their little brains are working so hard.
And the horse is thinking too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good. Now I'd take a little break because that was a really nice backup. Like
Yeah.
acknowledge that for a sec. Like that was probably the best backup I've seen him do today. And then you start the next thing. Good. He's really reading off your body language now.
Should I use this end?
Either end is fine. Yeah, wiggle the rope, but stop pushing with the stick now. Like you see how he's gotten so he's almost too far forward? Yeah, good, and then stop. Because if you get in a hurry when he's already about to go over, then he'll go over. Yeah, so you may need to just pause and then continue. Nice. You got it.
That was very good. That's hard because you can see, you know what you want to do when you're going.
I would be willing to bet $100 not one other person in the clinic today could do that within 10 minutes.
Yay.
That's pretty good. All right, so what I'd like to do, if you're okay with it,